Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you are new, welcome. For this video, I did this eye look today. I think I'm gonna call this like a paradise summer blue teal eyeshadow look. We'll do that. So I totally wanted to do something with blue because people have been posting so many blue eyeshadow looks ever since the KKW and Mario collab announced or was launched. I know everybody has been doing blue, and I really actually wanted to do like blue, like I had royal blue in mind, but I somehow did teal and turquoise. Yeah, that wasn't my intention. My intention was to totally do blue, but maybe we'll save that for another video. I was just so inspired. I kind of wanted to like test my creativity because this is very out of my comfort zone. I don't ever do eye looks like this. I don't do colors like this, not on myself at least. So I kind of had to just like get my creative juices flowing, but I love the way it turned out. It is so pretty. It just reminds me of like the Bahamas or somewhere like tropical where you're just lying on a beach in a bikini with a pina colada or one of those drinks and a coconut. I was just feeling it. So I was so happy with the way that it actually turned out. I really like it. Also, let me very quickly bring up my last video because I wanted to touch on a couple of things that I was kind of unsure about and things that I have been testing more that I have formed like a different opinion on. Pretty much everything else that I said in my video, I still feel the same way about those things, except for these few things I'm gonna mention right here. So the first one I wanna talk about is the cushion eyeliner. I did play with this again throughout the week, and I have to say, I don't really like it. Now, the issue is not the product is great. The issue that I have with this is the application. So it just made my brush like very sticky and very filmy. Like it had like a weird coating on it. The first time I used it, it was great. My brush was clean, it was great, it looked beautiful. I love the way it looked. But when I went in to use again, mind you, I don't wash my brushes after every application. Like that's just not realistic for me to wash my brushes every single day. So like I hate washing my brushes to begin with, let alone washing them like every day or once a week or something like that. So yeah, you can say what you want. I don't wash my brushes that often because I just hate doing it. First time it was great. I love the way it looked. I did use a clean brush, and then when I went back in to use it, I used it like 2 days later or something like that. I noticed my liner brush, I'll use this as an example, but my liner brush was just like so stiff. It was so like stuck together, and then it was kind of goopy like in the brush. When I dipped it into this product, it just did not want to go on. It would not stick to my eye. I would kind of lay down the line, and then when I would go back in again, it would drag. But it's not the product, because the first time I used it, the product was great. It was the way that it would build up on my brush. So that is just something I wanted to mention. I'm not going to be reaching for this again because I just don't have time for it. It was just too much work for me, so I just didn't want to deal with it. And then the next thing I wanted to mention was the Brighten Up Banana Powder. I have been using this nonstop. I am loving it. I have it on today. I think I mentioned in my video that the way that I set my under eyes was different than the way that I typically do it. I guess I should have done it the same way, but I just kind of felt like it wouldn't really give this product like justice. I like to go in and set with my banana powder, my MAC emphasized powder. Those are the two powders that I use to set my concealer. And then I take a little bit of my Kat Von D Petal, and I do very light baking, just like where I need it. I have to bake my under eyes. The thing with that is that the Kat Von D powder will slightly darken your concealer because it is like a pinkish peachy shade. So I really wanted to use this on top of that to just see if it really did brighten, because I didn't want the Kat Von D Petal to darken this banana powder. I didn't think that would be really like a fair application. So I have been using this the way that I usually do it, setting and then baking, and I have to say I really enjoy it. I said in my video I didn't feel like I looked very brightened. It didn't really do anything. The way that I usually do my makeup, perfect. I love it. It looks stunning. Like I feel like my under eyes look so bright. They look so smooth. And actually I noticed that when I do use this powder and I drag it down, it fills in my pores. Like it just covers my pores. They look very blurred. This is definitely a new favorite. I'm gonna definitely be using this like until I run out. I'm really liking this a lot. And then the bronzer. I do really like the bronzer a lot. The bronzer is beautiful. It's very pretty on the skin. My issue with that is that I have to really build it up. And I did say in my video, it's too light for me. It's just something I have to really work into my face. Like I have to put layer and layer on top of it, and it looks beautiful. But if I even get just like a little more tan, like just a shade darker, it's not gonna work for me. It's too light. So that was my own fault. I probably just picked out the wrong shade. So for that, I would say maybe like very porcelain or fair skin would probably love that bronzer. But for me, I'm like a light to medium skin tone and I have a lot of yellow in my skin. So it works for me now because I am pretty pale. I'm actually like probably at my palest right now because I haven't been in the sun in months. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that, and everything else, my opinion is totally like just still 100% the same. So I just wanted to let you guys know. And yeah, let's just go ahead and jump into the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you are here checking out my video, thanks for being here. And let's just go ahead and jump into the tutorial. Okay, so this is gonna be like a super real get ready with me. I have my hair up. I have this ugly ass thing on my face. I'm wearing a robe. I'm comfortable. We're just gonna keep it cash today. Okay, so let's just jump on in. What's up, guys? How are you doing? I only had one video up last week. I actually had another video filmed and I went to go edit it. And like the full other half of the video was so blurry. It was like not even just some of it. It was like the whole end of the video was so blurry. I just couldn't put it up and I was so frustrated because I spent like the entire day editing it and I don't want to talk about it. I have a Canon camera, so I'm trying to figure out how to download that program on my laptop, but I need a cord so I can, it's like such a mess. So anyways, hopefully this is not blurry. I was just so frustrated. Okay, I'm gonna stop talking about it because I'm like making myself angry. So let's just go ahead and jump into the video. I'm gonna be using my JH Morphe palette. Love this palette, and I haven't used it in a long time, so I thought I would use it today. So I'm gonna take this shade first, and I don't know the names because I bought the palette when it first came out. I think on the new palettes that they changed the packaging, I'm pretty sure those have the names on them. So I don't know what the names are, but that's okay because I'm just showing you guys. So I'm taking my Sigma E40 brush and I'm going to buff this in as my transition shade. I wasn't originally gonna use this as my transition, but then I thought I just kind of wanted a little more. Like I wanted to see that pop of yellow, so I just went ahead and did it. So next what I'm gonna do is take this shade right here. I don't think this is actually, I think the first time that I've even used this shade, but I'm gonna take this one right here. I'm gonna take that same brush, the same E40, and I'm just going to buff this right into that crease, but just a smidgeth lower than where I put the yellow down. And it actually kind of made this, like I just don't know my color wheel. I know they teach it in like what, kindergarten? I just don't remember. But it kind of made it like a green shade. It's still fine, it still looks really pretty, so it's okay. Next what I'm gonna do is take this NYX shadow. This is a single and this is in the shade Electroshock. It just looks like this. It's a really pretty, kind of like a cobalt matte blue. I would love to do a look with this all over the lid. I think that would be so pretty. Maybe for a future look. I'm gonna take this with my E25, yeah, my Sigma E25. Just tap off the excess and I'm going to work to build this in the crease. It does go on as a lighter shadow, but if you build it up, it does get a little bit deeper. You just kind of have to take your time, go in with a little bit of product at a time, and it looks so pretty. I love the way it turned out on this eye with all the colors mixed together. I was like, yes, that's what I want. I'm just gonna go back in with my fluffy brush and just kind of mesh everything together. So next what I'm going to do is take this IBY Beauty brush. This is a crease brush, but I like to use this specifically for the outer V because it's so dense. I'm gonna take the black in the Jaclyn Hill palette and I'm gonna pack this on the outer V. I know a lot of people like to use a fluffy brush, but me personally, I like to go in with a more dense brush and kind of lay the product out, and then I like to go in and just blend any harsh lines. I don't like to go in with a fluffy brush first because I just honestly feel like it takes forever to just build up the color and the intensity that you want. I've tried that technique before. I'm just not a fan. Like, I'm just not a patient person, you know? So I just want to get it on and done with. So this is what I like to do. And then I'm actually going to take my E25 brush. I'm just gonna take this and kind of just run it up into the crease. This has no additional product on it. I'm just blending out that harsh line, but I still get to keep the pigmentation on the outer V. I'm gonna kind of take it into the crease just so there's a little bit of black that goes into that crease. but it's nothing crazy. It's nothing too harsh. I always find that I have to go back and always add a little bit of color here and a little bit of color there. So I kind of just like to get the application down and kind of complete my eye, and then whatever I need to touch up, I can always go back in and touch up. So I'm taking NYX's Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk. I kind of did a cut crease today. It's nothing too dramatic, but I think just because my eye is a bit hooded, I don't really like to go for a cut crease, but sometimes it's just necessary. So I'm gonna take this little brush. This is a Morphe M421. This is just a really nice soft-haired brush. I love to use this for this technique, and I love to use this brush to apply glitter glue because it's a very soft, flexible, fluffy brush, and I'm just going to cut my crease. And I actually like to work with this off the back of my hand, so I like to just lay it on my hand, and then I'll go in with the brush and take it from there. Sometimes if you go in straight with the eye, especially if you're doing a cut crease, it can get messy real quick. These are very creamy, but sometimes if you go in too heavy-handed or you lay down too much product, it can start to dry a little bit and get a little tacky and a little harder to work with. So I like to do little sections at a time. I'm gonna take this right to the middle and stop right there. So you can kind of see where it stops. It is a harsh line, but we're gonna fix it, don't worry. For my lid color, I'm gonna take this shade right here from the Jaclyn Hill palette because I want it to be shiny as hell. I'm gonna wet my brush with my Mario spray. You don't have to wet your brush with these products. They're still very pretty and very shiny, even if you don't want it, but we're going in today, we're going hard. So I'm just gonna tap this right over the white. This is a Morphe G20 brush. This is my favorite brush to go in with shimmers because of the shape. It just follows like the crease of your eye perfectly. So this is my favorite. It really packs on shimmer like very, very nicely. And I'm just following where I put down the white. When I get to the part where the black starts, this is where we're gonna diffuse the lines. What I'm gonna do is take my E25 brush. This has nothing on it, it's just leftover product. And I'm gonna kind of just lightly diffuse that line. It's gonna look like the teal is just blending into the black seamlessly. And then I'm gonna run this through my crease just to diffuse if there's any harsh lines from the lid color, and that is it. So this is the part where I kind of go back in and see what I want to intensify. I want the black to just be a little more intense, so I can always go back in. I'm going to take that same brush and just lightly tap on the black just to make it just like a little bit darker. I just want a little more smokiness, even though I did a wing. Just want a little something, something, just a little extra. And then I also want to see just a little bit more of the matte teal that we used. I feel like it's not showing enough, so I'm gonna go back in with that and just kind of add that back in. While I'm here, I'm just gonna go in with a little bit more of this blue from NYX. I'm gonna take my E25 brush, very lightly blend this into the crease. So I haven't done a wing in a hot minute, and I thought this is a dramatic ass look, so we're doing a dramatic ass wing. So I'm gonna take this liner from Essence. I just did a whole video on Essence. It was my last video if you guys wanna check it out. This is the Essence Superlast eyeliner in Waterproof, and this is a really, really matte black eyeliner. I have been enjoying this quite a lot lately. So we're gonna go in with my wing, and I can't talk through this because I need to focus. So we're just gonna speed this part right up. We're gonna go in with this shade right here. So this is what I like to use to highlight my brow bone and for my inner corner whenever I use this palette. I'm just gonna pop this right in here. This is my Eco Tools flat brush. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply my lashes, and I'm gonna do my face off camera. I just kind of want this look to just be focused on eyes. And then I'll come back, we'll finish off the lower lash line, and we'll do lips together. And I will see you in a second. I didn't see it coming together. I was a little worried, but when I got my whole face done, ooh, girl. Okay, I am loving the way that this turned out. Let me just say, I feel so pretty. And you know what? I feel like my skin looks really nice. I look so glowy. I'm like, what? I'm glistening. I hate myself. Okay, let's just continue on with the lower lash line. So I'm gonna keep it pretty simple. I actually was thinking about even going in with a black liner. Like I was like, should I go for it? Should we do it? But once I had on the bottom mascara, I like the way it looks without the black liner. I don't know why, I'm just not a fan of the black liner on the waterline. I just can't do it. So I'm not going to. I'm gonna just do what I like. I'm gonna take my E17 brush from Morphe, and I just took some of that teal shade from the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill palette. I love this brush because it legit makes doing your lower lash line so easy. I've gone through so many lower lash line brushes. They were getting the job done, but this does the work for you. So I'm just gonna buff this on, and what I'm actually doing is taking it from this corner of my eye, just kind of extending it up into the wing because we're going for the drama today, honey. So we're making it a little extra, just since this is kind of a more dramatic look. And then I'm gonna take my flat definer brush, if I could find, oh, it's right here, from Morphe. This is the M432, and then I'm going in with that NYX, that cobalt blue. I'm just gonna kind of lay down that harsh line first. And then I'm gonna take that brush again, the E17. This has no additional product on it. And then I'm gonna intensify it just a little bit more, like very, very lightly, because I don't want to create another harsh line. I'm just gonna, I took like a very, very small amount of product and just barely like tap it into my lash line. And then we're just gonna mascara. The one I'm using right now is the Benefit Roller Lash. It's okay. I'm using it because I have it, but it's not the best mascara I ever used. I actually need to get another L'Oreal Voluminous. I used it like 3 times and I lost it. How? I don't even know how. This has actually been like my favorite combination right now. It's the NYX Suede Matte Lip Liner. This is in the shade London. And I don't necessarily use this because I feel like I need to line my lips. I use this because I love the way it looks with the gloss that I'm gonna put over it. And I'll show you guys that in just a second. This is the Intense Butter Gloss in the shade Cookie Butter. This is just my favorite gloss ever. It's the perfect nude for me. And I feel like this just totally completes the look. It looks so pretty. So yeah, that's actually it for this video. Everything else I used on my face that was not included will be listed in the description box below. I always include the products that I use off camera in the description box below, because I know I get questions sometimes of what I have on, what do I use for this, what do I use for that, and it will always be below. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for my next one. It's going to be the all-time beauty products I can't live without, and that's the one that I actually filmed, and the whole like other half of it was just completely blurry. I don't want to talk about it again, but yeah, I'm going to go ahead and refilm that. I'll do that over the weekend, or probably next week sometime, since it's Friday. So I'll probably do it sometime next week, and that'll be my next video. I'm going to be talking about like my holy grail favorite products of life that I legit would die without. So I'm excited to do it because I'm so passionate about these products. Okay, yeah, let me just stop rambling so I can let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and subscribe before you go. Give me a thumbs up if you want to, or if you like this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye.